Aloha YouTube. This is the Elon Marley podcast, hosted by your boy cryptorootz and Everything Currency. What's going on, brother?
What's good with you, brother? How's it going?
Man, I'm telling you, I'm smoking a fat one with some hash right now.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Nice. Yeah, I just got done right before this.
Man, I'm telling you, like, weed has a different effect on everybody. And I'm not going to lie. That's the truth. But when I'm telling you, weed is like my superpower, man. Like, I just learn and I study. And so weed, to me, makes you more of who you really are. If you're a lazy person, you're just going to be a super lazy person. But if you're ambitious, creative, weed's just going to keep pushing you. So it's my medicine. It's my medicine.
Yeah, definitely. No, definitely. Yeah, that's exactly how I feel about it. A lot of people just, hey, it makes people lazy, this and that. Nah, man. It depends on what you want to do, because it will make you lock in and focus if that's what you want to do. You know
exactly. So my audience I can tell some of them are so confused, right? Because you got to do with dreadlocks that's like outdoing them in financial information. And these people are all clean-cut, business-dressed people, right? And here they are, like, secretly or shadow subscribing to my channel. I got people, you heard of shadow subscribing or something? Like when people don't show who they're subscribed to, but they subscribe to you, but you don't see it.
Oh, you can do that?
Yeah, you can do that. You can hide your subscriptions.
Why would
you'll get a bunch of people low-key following you, but they'll be your haters. They won't show up as your subscriber.
Why would I follow somebody that I don't want to follow?
I don't know, man.
That's some crazy.
So many insecurities. People have so many insecurities. I don't want you to know I'm following you, right?
That's
like
crazy.
Enemies, stalkers, like embarrassed people,
Maybe they're trying to steal your content.
You know what? I wish someone would. Why? Because I'm gonna call them out so goddamn fucking fast. And it's different. Like when it comes to metaphysical shit or health shit, or you can kind of copy a bunch of people, kind of get away with it. But when it comes to decentralized information and technology, you're gonna get called out real fast if you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Like it's black or white. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I don't really care, man. If they want to copy me, go ahead, man. Just make sure you give them the right information. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to shit on your boy. Like if you're gonna copy me, go ahead. Just don't be lying to folks and don't be selling them a dream and sending them all this false info. That's what I care about. They can go ahead, man. Y'all can bite off all my shit. Just, give me my credit. Let me know. Let them know who put you on. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, you bite my shit, I'm headhunting. It's on site. It's on site. You bite my shit.
You worry.
For anybody who makes a goddamn fucking meme out of me, I'm hunting you down.
Oh, sick.
Don't you dare make a fucking me. Just kidding. I'm surprised people haven't made memes of me.
Yeah, I'm way too innovative to care, bro. Like, okay, you want to bite me, bro? I'm finna show you guys something different.
Yeah, and also, and that makes me, at the end of the day, I know I'm miles ahead of people, and that's not much ego involved. So, I could take a joke. I've been laughed at. I've been made fun of. I've had my 15 minutes of internet embarrassment. Like, I couldn't believe how embarrassed I was by thousands of people for coming out and telling my truth about my experience. But those same people are the ones subscribing to my channel. Like some of those people apologize for making fun of me.
Yeah,
and laughing at me. Like, and then so you got all these people who were laughing and pointing fingers at me, now looking for me for financial information, right? So it's crazy how fast shit changes. So be careful out there, you don't know what type of financial situation you might find yourself in, and it happens fast. You making 5-6 figures, you looking good. Next month, it's all bad. It's all bad, right? Look at coronavirus, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that shut down a whole bunch of stuff for a lot of people. That shut down a lot of shit for me, to be honest with you. Like, business was bubbling, and then it was like, whoop, no more events, no more events at all. So that took away my whole business. And there's a bunch of videographers, photographers just like me who they just got put straight out of business.
And in all honesty, I have a weird conflict, not a weird conflict, but I was broke, right? Like for the last couple years, really maybe 4 or 5 years, just struggling in and out of jobs, sleeping on the beach in and out. And society was prospering, and I just felt so ashamed of myself. But I just knew I had to study and learn something, right? And then it's like soon as the coronavirus hit, my business just skyrocketed.
Oh, yeah.
And now I'm in a better financial situation I was when society was prospering. Society's not. So I'm weird, like, yo, this is crazy how fast shit changes, but I wouldn't have a business if I didn't stay focused on it while I was broke. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm able to,
like you were still prospering, you just weren't receiving the benefits of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so like, spiritually exactly. You were growing, and you just hadn't yet got your reward for that. So, you know, that's
I just knew it. That's one thing that kept me off the alcohol. That would kept me off hard drugs or hanging out with the wrong people. Was like, nah, like it's gonna be worth it. It's gonna be good, right? Yeah. And I didn't even realize how much I knew. I didn't at all until I was thrown on the spot with thousands of people watching me on one of my mentors' channel. I didn't even know that I knew that much until it was like, yo, so you can spit that crypto game. Yeah. And I just started spitting it, and he was like, whoa, yo, you want to do another video? I spit some more games, like, damn, all right, let's do another one. And he's like, damn, let's do a course. Like, and I'm like, yo, I can do like 3 courses. And it was just, the dude was just blown away about how much I knew, and I didn't even know it. I didn't even fully realize it at the time. Right?
Yeah, I think that says a lot to what I've been saying a lot to people recently is like, we are early. Like you don't really understand how much, like, if you already watching this channel, you're kind of light years ahead of a lot of people already, because they're still wondering, what the hell is Bitcoin? What is a blockchain? I don't get it. I don't understand it. They don't want to take the time to understand it. They're just like, whatever.
Anything with computers is too complicated, yet they spend their whole life on a computer. Doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's not that they don't get the computer part. Like, they understand how to use Venmo and all this stuff, but when you start trying to explain to them why they should use it, or why it's important, or why it's going to be the next big thing,
or why it's valuable.
Why it's valuable, like why it's going to be big in the future. That's when they say like, all right, how about I just give you money and you do it for me? And I'm like, nah, I can't do that. You know what I mean? You're going to have to learn.
And what kills me is some of the most intelligent people I respect, like from different fields, and then they don't like crypto or against crypto. And it just blows my mind. Like, dude, you are so intelligent. How can you not get or understand or appreciate crypto or even own any? Like, it just blows. You don't know.
The first thing that pops into my head is Bitcoin Maxis. How do you know about crypto and you don't know about crypto? So it's like, if you have people in crypto who don't want to learn about DeFi, or they don't want to learn about more than Bitcoin, or they don't want to learn about more than XRP, like, just imagine the rest of the world. So that's why I always tell people, like, we're super early,
And here's a few tips. When it comes to leveling up your game and studying your game. I've been coaching my mentorship, man. I go in, I go hard. And about a month or two later, my mentees feel like, yo, like they still don't get it. I'm like, yo, you are ahead of the game. You got a MetaMask. You know about private keys. You use Uniswap. You staking. You farming. Like, and they don't even realize that they're that. And they're like, you know what? A few months ago, I wasn't. Before I talked to you, Rootz. You're right. I'm actually way ahead. Yeah. And here's one of the tips that you're ahead. Here's one of the tips. The type of questions get deeper and deeper. Mm-hmm. So you may not feel like you're progressing, but the type of questions you ask, you may not know what a variable was, but now you're asking what an algorithm is. You have to like look back and you realize, yo, I'm asking deeper and deeper and more complicated questions. I must be learning. And it kind of kicks in. You're like, yeah, you know what? I am learning what a blockchain is and It's about the questions you ask. Shows your level
for sure. It's definitely all about that. Like, you gotta, and the problem is people don't see it in the pocketbook right away. They go, oh man, I thought I was gonna make some money right away or something like that. But like, trust me, man, like over time, it pays off. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Everybody who went to sleep in the bear market is waking back up like, what happened? Well, what's comp? What's Aave? What's bro, it changed to Lend. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, there's liquidity forming now. Like, there's, so.
I just made a video called Opportunity Cost, falling asleep on this crypto game, right? Falling asleep on the game, you missed out on all those opportunities, you know? Yeah. So you got stuck in Bitcoin and then you turned away, right? And then you thought you were ahead of the game, wake up to realize you're behind the game.
Right.
right? And one more tip, when it comes to learning, especially complicated things such as programming, right? Cryptocurrency. One tip that when I really started to go hard and level up, study and study until something gets annoying. And you're going to understand what I mean. Keep repeating that and repeating that to the fact that it gets annoying. That's how you just realize you didn't leveled up. Now where it's actually like, yes, I get it already. Why do I, and then that's how you actually know you know it. When you get frustrated by hearing it so goddamn much, that's how you level up. That's one of the secrets.
Or in trading, when it comes to trading, it's like, I'm sure this is the same for programming as well. Practice. Like, you don't have to practice with, a full on, like, you don't have to test and prod, you know what I'm saying? Just practice and, trade with a little bit. You might, practice your charts, practice your patterns. Once you look at something so many times, it's just going to become second nature to you. You know what I mean? Like reading, It's just like reading, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you started reading in the beginning, it was like W-E, now it's like web. You got it. It's like riding a bike. So practice.
And well, I guess one more tip is you got to teach it. That's the final chapter of learning something, is teaching someone else something. And I don't know if you ever heard that phrase, you learn by teaching, right? When you're actually able to explain it, because you can't explain it to someone, because they're going to ask you questions and you're going to get stuck and you realize you really don't know it. But until you're able to teach someone about it, that's when you've actually passed the test, where you can actually teach. And that, from being my mentor, being in mentorship, that's how I know this shit, because I'm so used to teaching it.
Exactly.
And not just that, one of my first assignments that I give my mentees, just to let it, give it a little hint, is you talk to 3 people this week that you don't know. You talk to 3 strangers and you ask them, what do they think about cryptocurrency? I don't care what their response is, positive or negative. Just have the courage to go and ask them, how do they feel about Bitcoin? And I'm telling you, you're going to find people who actually are willing to listen. Like, yes, I don't know, I heard anything about it. And they're just waiting for you to tell them more. You're going to find people with negative opinions. And that's how I got so good at spitting game, especially when I was sleeping on the beach and just studying. I just asked random people, cashiers, what you think about Bitcoin? What you think? I got so many responses that I just knew how to respond back. And that's what it gave me the confidence to even spit on camera, I was able to talk to strangers about a very complex, sensitive topics such as the future of money and crypto money. And I was able to just level up my skills in teaching people and understanding. So that's one little hint I give people, my mentorship assignment. That's your homework. Talk to 3 strangers about crypto, regardless of how they feel about it.
Exactly. And I'm sure some people already experienced that too. If they went and told their friends like, yo, I like cryptocurrency, their friends are like, well, what the hell is that? That's what happened to me in the beginning. It was like, I was telling everybody, yo, I'm into this crypto thing. I'm into this crypto. They're like, what is that? And I realized, like, I didn't even have a quick way of explaining it to them. You know what I mean? When they first asked me like, yo, what is crypto? I had to be like, well, there's Bitcoin, there's blockchain, and then there's this, and it's kind of like stock, and you know what I mean? So once you figure that out for yourself, that's definitely when you realize, like, okay. And it's kind of different for everybody. You know what I mean? Some people see it as a way of solely just making money. Some people see it as the future of money. Some people see it as the greatest opportunity of a lifetime. Some people see it as it's going to change the world because of the technology. So, I encourage people, like, figure out what it means to you. At the end of the day, you know what I mean?
And not just that, but I'm so fucking swaggish. That I pick up.
What you got? What you do?
I pick up motherfucking women with crypto talk. You're talking about finance and computer science. Shit, women just really don't want to talk about or care about.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, man, shut up, Rootz.
I can pick up women with the motherfucking crypto game. You know what I'm saying? And so that's because I got so used to talking to strangers. Some of those strangers were women, right? Yeah. So some of those women gave me the chance to even tell them about crypto, right? And hey, man, smashing in them boots, right? A few hours later. And it works because the thing about it, it's the same thing with the pimp game. Women want to know how to make money too, bro. And if you the
Oh
dude who
man.
knows how to make money,
If y'all
especially on your own,
listen to
women are willing
everybody,
to listen.
listen to everybody listening. If y'all think Rootz is capping about getting some cat with some crypto,
Man, you should watch my
put a
videos.
cap in the comment box.
Yo, go through my old videos and watch Decentralize Your Hoes. Watch that video, bro. It's called Decentralize Your Hoes. I'll leave a link in the description. I've been on this game, bro. Been on it.
Funny. That's hella funny.
Been on it. All right, so let me bring it up. And I actually need to be honest, I need to do more research on this. But here's the general consensus. Proof of work is done. Or it's on its dying bed. It's not done yet, obviously, but as when it comes to what proof of stake can do, and the cost and the authorities and the heart, it just seems like proof of work is no longer it, right? I thought it was God, and it's not God like anymore.
I mean,
you know,
I don't know, man. Proof of work and proof of stake, they both have their pros and their cons, like as with everything.
Absolutely.
But bro, Bitcoin runs on proof of work. How you gonna say that?
Yeah, I mean, let's get into it. Let's talk about Bitcoin.
How you gonna say that about you? You hear about that big ass mining farm being built in Texas?
Here's the thing. That's a form of centralization. People just don't understand that. Now,
you're gonna hit me with that. You're gonna hit me with that.
Only certain people who can afford that type of hardware and equipment and electricity. And believe me, that type of hardware, electricity, is not going by the government unscathed, right? On what? No, somehow the government is going to regulate that, whether that's through taxes or electricity taxes or hardware. Do you understand? There's so many barriers to entry.
But still,
I
don't really have a problem with the government. Like, the government's gonna extort and get their money either way. My whole thing is,
then what's the point of crypto if that's the case, right? If they're just going to get their money, what's the point of even cryptocurrency? So it's not always going to be that way. They're going to get where they can and get as much as they can where they can through that.
What they're going to do, my whole thing is if crypto becomes like the main thing, the government's just going to buy into it. They're not going to try to be like, oh, whatever. It's going to be, hey, guess right now who holds the most cash? Guess who's going to hold the most Bitcoin, or who's going to try?
No,
but
it doesn't work that way.
The thing about it is that people don't understand, bro. Staking is just as decentralized as having a bunch of mining farms. You got about a bunch of nodes, like 100 nodes on some of these platforms. Some of these platforms have got 10 nodes, bro. How is that not centralized?
I mean,
so I think the word decentralized is still way overused.
If you want to, it's platform specific, and it's the pirates are after you, right? And if your shit like Monero, if you better keep improving that algorithm, otherwise it's gonna the ASICs are gonna take over. It's gonna get caught. You better keep pushing your innovation.
Chainalysis, bro. Chainalysis. Even if you do have a decentralized platform, you got Chainalysis, the government will say, fine, go ahead and do what you guys want. We're going to get our cut because we're going to keep running this government the way, we need to.
No, I'm a cipher. I believe in the cypherpunk manifesto. I will do everything I can to contribute to the freedom of data and of information flow. And,
don't get me wrong. It's gonna free everything up. It's gonna change the way the governments have to act. Like, my whole thing is this: once people find out about crypto for real and they find out about blockchain for real, what we have to do is make sure and demand that blockchain is just incorporated in our business, and I mean in our government. You know what I'm saying? Now, imagine you got decentralized voting, you got decentralized money. These are all the ways that they manipulate everything. You know what I mean? So that's the whole point is, the government is probably going to be around, but you're going to have better people in office because it's going to be the people that we actually want. We ain't tripping off of none of this manipulation and stuff like that. Our media is not manipulated because it's decentralized. So it's going to take a whole change across everything, bro. And that's something that, to be honest with you, like, if I see that in my lifetime, I'll be very surprised. But I'm willing to, contribute to that happening while I'm here. You know what I'm saying?
So I feel proof of work is going to be antique shit, museum type shit in the next 4 to 5 years. What are your thoughts?
I think proof of work is going to go away, but I don't think antique and not like Bitcoin is not going anywhere and it's not changing in the next 4 to 5 years. So I can't see that.
All right.
If anything, it's going to cause more competition. Like right now, everybody worries about, oh, all the mining, all the POW is centralized in China. First of all, China is a big ass place. China itself ain't even like all the mining, all the crypto in China is not even centralized. And you got miners popping up in Russia, Ireland, United States. So if Bitcoin ends up being something that these governments feel like they need to get a hold of, then yeah, of course they're gonna start setting up mining farms. We gotta outmine China. We gotta outmine Russia. Russia gotta outmine us. You know what I mean? So in the short to mid, I just see the government's playing into the whole thing. They're gonna have to, or else they're gonna be abolished. You know what I mean? Just like the banks, they're gonna have to pay into it. That's why at first they were hating on it. Now they want to be custody. You know what I'm saying?
So I'm glad you brought that up. You see the government remaining relatively in the same form, but just adapted, right? Mm-hmm. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, because you can see it. Like if you actually, like a lot of people don't watch the government hearings, but I watch them because there's a lot of important information, especially when you hear government officials naming certain cryptocurrencies by name, you know, so.
I have a different outlook on the future of governments.
Uh-huh.
I believe the DAOs will be the governments. So we will have multiple governments in the same place we would call a country. I seriously like the MakerDAO government, right? Like
you mean like a city government and then a state government and then a county government? No, it's already like that, bro. It's just going to be on.
No, I actually see DAOs like being the actual government, like a one world MakerDAO government. Like, and then you have different DAOs that take over different aspects of society, the agriculture DAO, right? Like, so I really see it being just nothing but DAOs that govern everything around the world, right? Whether that be on a state level or a country level or a city level. There's a DAO and there's people that are part of that DAO that use that currency to go to, to govern cities and everything. That's how I truly see it. I don't think the government will exist in the form it is today. I think it will all be incorporated. All these senates and congressmen and people have to eventually buy into Maker or buy into.
That's what I'm saying. They're gonna have to. Like, they're gonna have to contribute and make it into a way where it's fair for us. That's what's gonna happen. Like we're gonna eventually be like, okay, look, all this corruption has to stop. The only way to actually do that is a trustless system like blockchain. You know what I'm saying? But as far as them going away, bro, you talking about World War III, the biggest civil war ever.
Will be fought online.
Yeah, to be.
And I've been saying that World War III will be fought online. It will be a digital war.
But they can just
cybersecurity game.
They can just click off the switch.
No, bro, it doesn't work that way. Doesn't work
like
that
right
way.
Right now, bro, they could. Like they don't let you charge. Like everyone says, oh, you can do everything from your phone. Imagine they don't let you charge your phone.
No, there's solar power, there's mesh networks, there's block streams, there's satellites that host the internet, there's satellites that host the blockchain.
But what you're saying is you're going to convince
transmission.
You can't convince the whole population to struggle. And that's the thing. If you want major change, good luck trying to convince 90% of the people to struggle for it. That's why people are in shitty situations right now. You know what I'm saying? They won't even struggle to fix their own life.
No, people will change. If they're fucking hungry, they will change.
Like, over time. But the government's gonna have their hand in that. Trust me, bro. Like,
I'm not saying the government's not gonna go out without a fight. That's the opposite of what I'm saying. It's the only way they'll be able to survive is to actually join DAOs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're gonna have to actually become fair. Like, to be honest with you, bro, we need governments. Like people say, oh, I'm not saying that the government the way it is cool, because it's not. But I'm saying we need appointed officials who make decisions. You know what I mean? Who say, hey, look, this is what we're going to do. We can vote on it, to have a couple people maybe submit some proposals, but there needs to be somebody like who's the judge. You know what I mean? Because if you let 100 people talk at once, good luck trying to get something done. But yeah, like you said, it could be online. It could be on the DAO. I'm not saying that, but I don't know. I can't see this whole token economy like really, really popping off like that as far as mainstream goes.
I think we're in for some rough times. I think we're in for some fucking amazing bull runs during those rough times, right?
Yeah, but
you're gonna have
if the store that you go to buy stuff with cryptocurrency is blown up, good luck. if we talk about going to war and stuff, like I don't really see all that happening, bro.
I see people surviving no matter what.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, the human species is gonna survive,
and we will be surviving with the digital currency.
Yeah,
centralized or decentralized. Multiple. That's the future.
Yeah, multiple digital currencies. Just I agree with that for sure.
All right, so let's talk about these zombie cryptos. You got over 3,000 or 4,000 cryptos that have been around 2016, 2017, and I'm talking about Litecoin, EOS, Tezos, Stellar, ONG.
But bro, they're still developing, bro. They're
ADA, fucking IOTA.
Testnet is coming. Yeah.
I mean, god damn, bro.
White paper part 2 is coming.
You compare Wi-Fi's innovation to fucking ADA. Anybody who invested in ADA should jump off a bridge because, man, these dudes push code like fucking dope on Wi-Fi, and ADA is just fucking dragging a stone up a fucking mountain when it comes to fucking releasing the actual.
When it comes to ADA, they're actually the one crypto that I say I already knew, and this is why I pulled out a long time ago. But once I bought in because of hype, of course, when I barely first got into cryptocurrency. Then when I started looking into it, I said, oh, they're trying to do this the academic, regular route. So this is going to take 5 to 7 to 10 years for sure. And everybody that I was telling that to was like, no, ADA is going to pump. It had a little short pump, so I looked stupid in the short term. But in the long term, yeah, man, like they have to go through, they're doing it a different way. So it's going to take a long time. It's not like a decentralized thing like Wi-Fi.
It's not happening.
Where you have a community that goes bink, bink, bink.
I believe in ETH 2.0 more than I believe in ADA popping off or releasing anything.
Why are you always trying to put cryptos against each other, bro?
No.
There's room.
No, you know what? I have to. Why? Because that personality has to exist as well. You know?
Wow.
And competition is healthy. That's Steve Jobs understands that. He would put different departments against each other when it came to creating the iPhones. And whoever didn't come up with the winning shit, fucking all got fired. The whole team got fired.
So I guess you're right, because my competition is against the traders. You know what I mean? My competition, you trading against other people. You know, when it comes to the coins, whatever. You know what I mean? Pick what you like.
That's your specialty. Is trading. I would not understand the nuances of trading, but investing is my fancy. So that's where we should really focus in on is our differeces when it comes to, because both people can learn from both. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I consider myself an investor first, but it's like you gotta, like I always tell you, like you gotta have some type of trading knowledge so you have a little bit more of an idea of what's going on. Like,
oh yeah. I mean, I enjoy studying about trading.
Yeah.
But actually trading, here's something I will never do. I won't say never do. Okay, but damn, I just don't see myself getting involved with it because the risk profile is just too high. Margin trading.
Oh hell no.
I'll do margin lending, borrowing. I'll borrow that shit. I'll borrow from myself. Like,
I don't even like doing that. I don't like doing that. Make or die, create a thing, borrow some die, create a thing, borrow. No, I don't even like all that.
I didn't like that, but I love it now because I understand the power of it, and it's being able to wisely use debt. That just like credit and tax liens, and if you know how to use debt, especially against yourself, so many more doors open up, bro. And that's where you have to
I didn't even actually think about it like that.
Yeah, bro, I don't want to go in this is the advice I give my platinum mentees, but hit me up outside of this and I'm gonna show you how to use this shit. I'm gonna show you how to hustle debt through compound and all these. It's actually really fun, and it saved so many people's asses that I told them how to do it, and they're like, yo, thank you, because I immediately needed to use that. Right. And but that's the next level of investing, is being able to use your debt to make money.
You know what? I actually
right?
heard something about that recently. You should follow him. There's a YouTuber. I can't think of his name, but there's a YouTuber who's also a developer, and he has a project called ARC. Check it out, ARC.
Okay. Oh, I looked into that. There's a few
He was
things
talking about using debt, in a different, using it to your advantage.
Absolutely. That's how you gain the traditional finance system. That's how they don't pay taxes. They go into debt. They know how to use debt. So it's the same thing. If you know how to use that, I mean, you can get really creative, bro. And I got to show you, bro. I got to show you some of these ways you can hustle this shit. It's dope. It's really creative. But essentially, that's how a lot of flash loans are done. That's how you make money, is by going into debt with the flash loan and learning how to use that debt. Essentially, right?
Yeah.
That's the way it works. So it's just a tool. It's just a tool. Now, all right. So let's check this out. I do want to correct myself. I was wrong.
Okay.
Before. Layer 2 is actually part of layer 1. And ETH 2.0 is separate. Those are two separate concepts. So I apologize. But so you have layer 2, which is like optimistic rollups and ZK rollups.
Okay, that's
I'm not sure how much you know about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I know a little bit, but I was like, that is a layer 2, isn't it?
Yeah. So Loopring, for instance, now Loopring has transfers, ZK rollup transfers. So not only are they this decentralized exchange where fast, instant, free, but you can actually send money to other people with the Loopring layer 2 account. So while gas is cheap, go to loopring.io and register. That account should take less than $4 to just verify and everything. And then you can actually start sending payments ETH fast for no gas. But it's all about the adoption. That's what I'm starting to understand with Vitalik was saying. It's all the technology is there. You guys just need to go use it.
Yes,
and Vitalik
exactly.
has been saying that for a while now, and I'm finally starting to understand and get it because I finally have the time to study and realize what it's about. But layer 2 is already here, bro.
Yeah, I remember when he first said that. And my whole thing was, it needs to be easier, bro. Like I get it. It's already
It's
here,
as easy as it can get, bro.
but it needs
Just
to
like
get
a crypto
it needs to get easier. Like if, for example, if I want to use XDAI layer 2, I got to change my RPC and all that stuff. Like people don't know how to do all that. I want to be able to
Loopring. You just got to spend 2 confirmations essentially, and that's it. And then now you're all ready to go. I have, but at the same time, I've yet to send a transaction, so I'm waiting for more people to sign up so I can see how it works by sending the money through Loopring.
And then there has to be usage as well, like that's the other hard part. So to me, it's like that's just kind of it's you're just going to a different blockchain anyway. You know what I mean?
You know what also just kind of recently came out, or people are working on recently? It's called, I think, Pine Finance or Pineapple Pine is decentralized Uniswap type limit orders, right?
Oh yeah, there's another one called Unitrade.
Okay, yeah, and that's the one thing I miss about a traditional order book is limit orders, and but I could totally, it doesn't work when it comes to AMMs. Right? On a DEX like that. It's just, there's no way. Someone's got to hold your money if you're going to make a limit order, correct? Right? Normally that's an exchange that holds your money to make that limit order. But you can't do it on Uniswap because you own custody of your money the whole time. So what they're doing is just adding different smart contracts that have time locks and shit. Yeah. So I find that interesting. I would have to wait and see if these contracts are audited and learn more, but I'm not just going to throw my money and then get rug pulled or something, just thinking I'm going to get a limit order and then they just we take your shit. Thanks, brother.
Right.
Right. So I'll have to wait a while before I can start feeling like I'm a jump in the pool of a $5 limit order on Uni at $250. Right.
Yeah.
So, I have different. That's my, just let everybody. That's my price target if I'm going to jump in. I don't like giving my price targets unless you pay for me for my mentorship. But if Uni hits 250, I'm just letting I'm in that shit, bro. I'm waiting, bro. I'm waiting. If
I
that
feel
hits
that
less
one.
than 250, I'm in.
That's exactly 250. I'm going 230.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna set a buy order right when that in my alerts on my phone, I'm gonna have to run to the computer because, like you said, there ain't really no way to set that limit order.
Yeah.
But yeah, that good old 230 level. I think, you know, if it continues to drop, I think it might bounce there.
Have you heard of EIP 1559? Have you heard of that? The Ethereum improvement proposal?
Yeah, it sounds familiar.
Yeah. So this shit is dope, bro. This shit is cool. I haven't been into too many EIPs, but I'm really into this one. And it's a layer 1 proposal, okay? So I'm gonna give you the general gist of what this proposal is about. And people, the community's divided, all right? You got many, but you got people really pushing this in, and I support it. So essentially what it's gonna do is, first of all, it's going to make gas cheaper, okay? But the way it's going to do that is going to do two things. It's supposed to make gas cheaper by creating a base fee, right? Because the reason why gas is so expensive, because it's such a wide variable that your wallet does the best it can. So sometimes it's like $50, an hour later it's $25. Like that, the gas prices aren't accurate at all. Like they're just really all over the place. So what a base fee is depending on what you're trying to do, you just spend like a base fee, like simple fee. We think that's what we're doing, but we're not.
Yeah. Right.
So what that'll do is now, but here's that's the first thing: smaller fees, cheaper gas fees, and getting basically a refunctioning of the engine, getting more optimism out of your gas. So you would have to tinker some things and you have to put your car in the shop, right? That's essentially what we're going to have to really reconstruct something in the house, right? So, and you got to do it and while it's in production in the right way. So what that'll do is create cheaper gas fees. But what this also going to do is that it'll actually burn the gas fees. It'll actually burn the gas fees. What that means is the miners would no longer profit off gas fees. They will only get a very tiny gas fee, such as called the base fee. And then the rest will get burned. Really, will just get burned. Dude, this can increase the burn rate of Ethereum fucking tenfold, bro. You know, and then people are saying the estimates. You know, if this were in place last year, you know, over 6.9 million ETH would have been burned. So at this point, what this will do is not only create cheaper gas fees, but it would actually decrease the supply of Ethereum. So essentially, there will be more being burnt than being created, which dramatically decrease the supply, and you're paying cheaper gas fees. So many people are like, hell yeah. So many of the miners are like, fuck that shit, because the miners are supposed to be incentivized by the block reward. But recently, they're getting more from fees than they're getting from the block reward, because we've been fucking getting shit like so hard for these gas fees. So they're saying, no. They should be incentivized by the block reward. They get a tiny fee for processing the transaction, and the rest of that fee gets burnt to an address that no one can access, and that'll also increase the value of Ethereum. What do you think about that?
I mean, yeah, definitely I'm down for anything that puts the fees lower, but definitely having a base fee would be cool, because I don't really think people understand how the ETH fees work in general, or why they go up so much, you know. But I think it shouldn't be that way how it is, you know what I mean? Like, oh, if you got a bigger transaction volume, then you pay more for the transaction, you know, it's more likely to go through first, the miners, you know, stuff like that. It should just
what it's like for people who don't understand. It's like having a bad speedometer in your car. So you think you're going one, and you're either going too little or too much, and it's just hard to gauge. So, and that's because it's just the metrics of what your wallet and the APIs and trying. So what they actually need to do is a reconstruction. And what the thing is that not just that, every wallet that is tied to Ethereum block has to do the reconstruction as well in order for it to really. So it's a major renovating of layer 1. And MetaMask would have to get developers to actually go and link up to the new system. Like every exchange would have to do that in order for them to be like this, for this to really go out, like, you know, And, you know, if one exchange does it, then another will do it, another will do it. And that's how we would actually be the most optimized. Your wallets would able, but it's not just going to be done. No, your wallet developers have to keep actually integrated with the new APIs. Like, so it's a big infrastructure change, and there's people really pushing for it, and there's people raising grants. So, and it's decentralized governance. So you don't just think Vitalik's running shit. That's not the way it works. It's a lot of different factions of Ethereum. There's people working on layer 1 the whole time. People have been working on layer 2. Like this is how that's why it's taking so long to push things, because it's
people don't realize how big Ethereum is. Like, they don't realize how huge. Like, just in general, they say, oh, you know, my little coin is going to beat Ethereum. I'm like, your little 4 developer coin is not going to beat the mammoth that, you know, is Ethereum right now. Like, chill, bro.
And people keep trying to talk about Tron, and Tron is a fucking clone of Ethereum. Like, it really is. Justin Sun cloned that shit and just twinkle. Like, it's so trashy. Like, you know, you can't. A lot of people that say they're the Ethereum killers are just the Ethereum cloners, bro. Like, that's just the way it is. Like, you know.
Yeah, I mean, people say, "Oh, Tron is so much faster," and I'm like, it's because it's centralized, bro.
Yeah, I mean, it's just essentially it's crazy, man. All right. So another thing I wanted to bring up, and you brought this up too, and this is one of the few things where I just kind of be like, I don't know. Like, this kind of makes me put my tail in between my legs if I were a dog, right? What's gonna happen to DAI if it's pegged to the US dollar, if the dollar is being fucking hyperinflated, right?
Yeah, that's my question for all the smart, brilliant people out there. You know what I mean? If we peg it's like, oh, we got these stable coins. They're all pegged to the dollar, pegged to the euro, pegged to these other assets that we supposedly want to get rid of. Like, I just feel like that's eventually, and I even talked about this a long time ago. I said, when one ETH is one ETH, when one Bitcoin is one ETH, not when one Bitcoin is $1,000, not when, you know what I mean? Everything is pegged to a stable coin. So what's going to happen to the price of our Bitcoin if the dollar gets hyperinflated? Isn't the price going to get hyperinflated as well? And it's going to be the same. Like, how are we going to fix that? I don't know if there's any proposals out there, if anybody even asked this question yet, but, you know,
I'm sure it's not a new question. Yeah. I just think it'll just get pegged to something like Ample or something, right? It'll get pegged
what else
to
do you have pegged to? What else do you have to peg it to, besides, like, of course, maybe gold? You know, something that's not as volatile. You know, because I mean, the way people don't like to admit it in crypto either, but it's like, if we're gonna be using this stuff for money, it can't be volatile. You know what I mean? I can't go to the store with $100, think I'm about to spend $100 and get there, and I only got 89. You know, like, that's why we created stable coins in the first place. You know,
that's why I do like Ample. But hopefully they come out with a DAO. Have you ever looked at a stable coin chart? It looks anything but stable, right? It looks like it's some fucking crack cocaine. Right. You look at these stable coin charts. Shit's going up and down, so like a fucking heartbeat, right? Like,
well, I mean, with that being said, I should remind people too that, like, the dollar isn't even stable. You know what I mean? We got people trading Forex all day and stuff like that. So the value of the dollar goes up and down. So,
I mean, what exactly is stable then, right? If we're gonna get into some fucking Matrix shit,
it comes down all to what we believe it is. Just like money in general comes down to all what me and you decide it is. You know what I mean? If you're gonna work for me, I'm like, hey, Rootz, let me hire you to develop something. You like, all right, you pay me in whatever money I want. You can pay me in ETH, you pay me in Bitcoin, pay me in cash, pay me in weed. Like, what you know?
Well, here's the thing about
that's your money, you know.
DAI actually represents a debt stablecoin because the dollar is a debt note, correct?
Yeah.
So ETH is collateralized. This is what people don't understand about DAI. DAI is actually collateralized by ETH. Your dollar's not collateralized by something. You can't turn your dollar in for anything. You can actually turn your DAI in for Ethereum, any DAI you buy. And DAI is actually created by people locking up their Ethereum. So the more Ethereum that's locked up, the hopefully higher the price of Ethereum should go because there's less on the market. So that's a benefit as well, right? DAI works on the token bonding curve. So there's no cap supply of DAI. No, the more Ethereum that's locked up, which is good for Ethereum as far as supply and demand, the more DAI is created. And that's what's actually happening right now. More DAI and more DAI is being created, and it's collateralized. So there's more faith in DAI, like as far as there's more intrinsic value in the decentralized DAI stablecoin than it is in the actual US dollar. So if the community, the MakerDAO community, decided that the dollar is no longer something it should be pegged to, I'm sure. We'll peg it to something else, or at least give it its own synthetic version of a dollar, just as Ampleforth, its own synthetic version of a steady ratio. Like so, and then you have, for people who may not know, you have single collateral DAI, which is half the community's damn near split. I wouldn't say half, but a section of MakerDAO does not believe DAI should be multi-collateral, because that's what people don't understand. It's called PSI, single collateral DAI, which is only ETH should be backing DAI. But they had to change the name to PSI, to single collateral DAI. Then you have multi-collateral DAI, which means it can be backed by multiple assets, such as ETH, such as USDC. Now they're going to add Wi-Fi from. They just voted that in, right?
I like that better, bro. It's all about that's me personally, like diversify. You know what I mean? If ETH crashes, hey, we not all of our value is there, right? You know?
But all these different tokens hold their own risk and have their own risk profile as being collateralized by DAI, especially the centralized ones. That's UST. Yeah. So, and so I encourage you guys to get involved in the Maker community. I'm not personally in it. I just other communities I'm in. But if you really want to be on like the Federal Reserve type of digital, because for people who may not understand, DAI is actually the whole structure, the center structure of decentralized finance. And people don't understand that, because DAI holds so many projects together. There wouldn't be a Wi-Fi without DAI. There wouldn't be a Curve without DAI. There wouldn't be, you got to understand, DAI, that stablecoin, is the peg and pillar to all these other platforms. And as far as just how it came about and the stability of needing that DAI, especially Uniswap,
that's why I'm big on Maker long term. You know what I mean? I'm very big on Maker long term, just because the supply of Maker is limited, but just owning some Maker, you have, like you said, you the Fed. You the Fed now. That's the most, right now, in my opinion, that will probably be the most decentralized stable coin that we get. You know what I mean? Until some of these other ones, these new protocols come out and start setting up their DAOs and stuff. But right now, Maker, I'm pretty big on Maker.
The only other one, I haven't done much research, but just based off of what I've been seeing, is YUSD. Yearn US dollars. That's the comp. Yeah, they're saying YUSD is because it's based off of 4 different stable coins, liquidity pool coins, 4 different ones. I think that's the way it goes. So they're really saying YUSD could be the new standard above DAI, because it's you got to understand, the more stable coins you have, the better of a $1 you can get, versus just relying on one coin that's supposed to be. So if you have 4 different stable coins, it's just that one is a collection of 4. It's kind of like a stronger value asset if it's pegged to 4 different coins at once, 4 different stable coins at once.
Yeah, multi-collateral.
So that's how that's what gives Curves its like advantage. And then there's less impermanent loss because they're stable coins, so they're not gonna really throw off. So there's a lot of benefits to. I'm not big on stable coins. I'll be honest. I'm not big on them. I just understand and appreciate the decentralized ones. But I'm not personally big on stable coins.
I'm not big on stable coins. I see why they're needed. You know what I mean? Like I said, like I mentioned with the whole shopping and stuff, I'd rather go shopping with some DAI, knowing that it's going to be $1.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe 99 cents, rather than something else that could drop, 10% or something like that. So definitely, I see the reason for stable coins. I wasn't really like at first when everybody was hyped about stable coins. I'm like, well, that sucks for me because I'm looking for something that I could like make money off of. You know what I mean? The price ain't gonna do nothing. But
the best thing is to get an interest off your DAI, right?
Right. Well, when I first got in, we didn't have all this interest and stuff, and DeFi wasn't like the way DeFi changed and developed. you know, it was being developed when I first got in, but it all released this last 2 years, you know, and it's been changing everything, you know. Like to
Yeah,
think that we didn't even have yield farming like a year ago. You know what I mean?
bruh, it wasn't even like 5 months ago we had like, it was like damn near for like,
Right.
you know,
That's what I'm saying.
right? So shit moves fast. And I'll be honest, when yield farming first came out on Wi-Fi, I did not think I would be able to understand it, bro. I did not think. Like, I really had to push myself to really understand what yield farming is and balancer pools and liquidity provider. And I realized, yo, man, like this is dope.
Mm-hmm.
This is dope. This is dope. Anything else you want to bring up before we head on out?
That's it for today, man. I think we
Yeah.
gave him enough.
Oh, let's talk about this Blue Kirby thing real quick.
Well, hold on.
Supposedly
the scams.
he's back on the scene now.
What?
Yeah, you didn't see that? He's
What?
back on the scene now. Yeah, he came back.
I haven't been on my Twitter crypto
This
drama
dude
as
got
much.
doxxed and his info's out there and he came back.
His info's out there.
Yeah, he's from Japan, somewhere in Japan, Tokyo, like a 30-something-year-old
what
dude.
did he do?
He apparently Exascam with the off blue thingy.
Oh,
he got over 800K, right? But people saying he wasn't an Exascam because he's giving everybody a refund. People, it's all over the news, man. People saying this dude was a con artist, he was a scam artist, and you got to understand, like the way this guy did it, he was at the top of his game. He fucked up with the imminent shit. He fucked up because he promoted that shit, and so many people got wrecked. It ruined his credibility, right? And he got wrecked. So he had to bounce back, and he was selling. Supposedly, he was selling secret information about Wi-Fi because he was on the Wi-Fi team in a private group chat, right? And Andre gave him 25. He hustled everybody. I'm not gonna lie. If you read the Wrecked article, the dude hustled everybody, right? Because what he did is he caught the wave of Wi-Fi, and no one heard about Wi-Fi. And he caught the wave, and he started promoting a currency that was going up in value. And he started using his own little linguistics uniquely to catch everybody's eyes. So this dude just was a con artist. But here's the thing about him being a con artist is that the difference between him and a con artist is that he actually added value to the community. That's the difference. That's why he got invited onto the Wi-Fi team, because he actually created websites that full websites that encourage people, that taught people how to learn. He created those NFTs, right? Yeah. Like those non-fungible Kirby. Like this dude created so much work for the community. People are like, no, this dude's legit. He was anonymous the whole time. So he ended up being on the Yearn Finance team and got $7,000 a month, right? And even Andre donated 25 Wi-Fi to him. Like this dude was on top of the game, right? As the price was going up, everything. It was that imminence wreck that was his downfall, and that's when he lost a bunch of money, and he had to pull some sort of scam, something. He had to come up off his, and he did. And it's a nasty situation. But the dude's back on the scene. He's got a new
he just
brand.
ran off with people's money, or what? He just
essentially, that's what everybody's saying. Yeah, man, he ran off. He bounced. Right,
and he came back and was like, "Oh, y'all got my name now. Let me give you the info."
It's so all over the place that I don't even know if he will even have the status. He's lost his status.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But you gotta be careful about some of these accounts. They're psychopaths.
Oh,
right?
Speaking of that, bro, I didn't even. Speaking of devs, what I mentioned to you earlier, man, the dev for Kalopu.
What was that about?
Basically, so. KLP, the dev, this had to be, like, to me, it had to be some shit, it had to be so shady. So the dev, first of all, in the KLP community, it's just been a whole bunch of drama, right? Like, I don't even pay attention to the groups. I don't really pay attention to it. Like, I was fucking with them at first, but I was like, everybody here's a crybaby. Everybody here is just worried about when their bag's going to go up. We ain't talking about the project. You know what I'm saying? And then, so first thing happened was somebody put a suicide note in the Telegram chat, and the devs took it very seriously. This person, I guess they were serious about what they were about to do, but I guess it put the devs like on edge, and the lead dev ended up coming out and on a Discord and saying, hey, the price of the coin was about, I would say 1,500 Satoshis. But he came out and he said, hey, everybody, I think the price is going to drop 90%. You know, it's going to drop to about 100 Satoshis. Not 90%, it's going to drop to 100 Satoshis from about 1,500. So everyone's like, what? Like, what are you talking about? Bruh, an hour later, boom, price drops down to 100 Satoshis on one exchange. Everybody's like, what? This guy comes out and goes, good, I hope the price stays here. I'm tired of all these speculators. I build products to change the future. I'm building stuff long term. I'm not worried about these quick buck, everybody if you ever been in like a group or something, you see people in there just complaining about price and when is it going to go up and all this stuff. Get on Binance and worry about all this stuff that they ain't trying to worry about, So, yeah, bro, the price dropped to 100 Satoshis for about, I'll say about 20 minutes, and then it pops right back up. So I don't know. Like, to me, they pulled some shady shit right there.
Yeah, man. Some of these graphs themselves can tell you the truth, bro. The words could lie to you all day. You look at that fucking graph and you'll be like, yo, it's nothing but a constant pump and dump. That's what that graph looks like.
Bro, they did a dump. They did a dump. They did a dump and pump. And then they came out and said, oh, it was all the exchange. The developer came out and tried to say it was an issue with the exchange and try to put up the code or whatever. And it was like, bro, you sent a message about it right before it happened. What do you mean? And then you said
I'm calling this episode the Crypto Ghetto, bro.
The Crypto Ghetto, bro. Like,
it's
you
ghetto
called
right now.
You called the exact price. So what I think happened is somebody hit you, yo, we finna make the price go down to about 100 Satoshis. Dude sent out the message, yo, price is about to drop to 100 Satoshis.
You ever seen those memes? Dump them,
bro.
Pump them.
Dump. Yeah, dump them, right? Everybody dumped, right?
With the cell phone, right? The big
soon as it dumps, they said, pump them, bro.
Yeah, exactly. With the
14x. Anybody who believed in the project and said, "Oh, this is a nice drop," got 14x in about 30 minutes.
Yeah, man. You don't even know, man. New people, watch out, man.
Watch out.
So many sharks in the sea right now. It's crazy, man.
Guarantee you, like, somebody on the inside got that money. You know what I mean?
Word. So you can hit me up, cryptorootz at ProtonMail.
Yeah, you can hit me up at everythingcurrencycrypto@gmail.com.
Word. And be on the lookout for the Elon Marley token. Be on the lookout for the merchandise. Check the links in the description. Leave some comments. Let us know. You know what I'm saying? Let us know what you think about the show.
Yeah, and be on the lookout for the YouTube channel. If you're watching this if you're listening to this on the YouTube channel, thank you for being here. But if you're watching this before we get the channel going, then also thank you for being an early adopter to what we're doing right here.
Also, shoot us some gas money. Shoot us some ETH, man. If you appreciate all the love and you got a little extra Ethereum, shoot us some ETH, man.
Yeah, man.
We keeping you on top of game.
Buy me a coffee. Buy me some backwoods. That's what. Buy me some. Buy me some rolling papers or something.
Buy me some tacos de camarón. You feel me?
Some birria.
For real. All right, players. You guys take it easy. Buenas noches.
Peace.